I wish you'd let me ride along with you, Sheriff, as a sort of a guard. Then in case anything...
Stop threatening. Nothing's going to happen. You can't make a regular passenger of yourself, Tom. All I agreed was to give you a lift to your ranch.
This is no one-man job. The outlaws haven't let a wagon get through in the last month. You know that.
Well, this wagon will get through. You see, nobody knows about it. Nobody but me and my deputy.
Duck that deputy's badge. After this is over, you'll be sheriff.
Deputy was an outlaw?
He was riding with a gang.
I can't believe it.
Well, I can, and that does it. I'm moving out. Reno, Cheyenne, anywhere, here I come. When the outlaws start taking over the law, ding-dang it, that's just too much.
You know, I think Nugget is right. As far as honest men are concerned, Carson City is through.
Now, hold it, man. That doesn't sound like you. I'd expect you and John Davis to be the last to throw in the sponge.
Wait a minute, Tom. I skinned mules for 30 years to save up a nest egg to buy wagons of my own. But when them cutthroats bust them up quicker than I can piece them together again...
How about you, Tom? How many cattle have you had rustled in the last 3 months?
Well, not enough to scare me out. Where would the West be if folks turned tail in the face of danger? Hundreds of other places have gone through what we're going through. Some folks have quit, sure. But others have had the courage to fight it through.
It ain't a question of courage. I ain't afraid. But when things keep getting blacker and blacker...
Then we gotta fight all the harder. You, John, and the rest of us in this room. We're sort of the town's underpinnings. For the sake of the others, we just can't fold up now.
Well, I'm with you, Tom, and I'm sure the whole town will be too, on one condition.
Condition? What do you mean?
There's your badge, Sheriff.
But I'm only a rancher,
Ain't it? John's right. You're our man. With you to lead us...
No, wait a minute. Are we being fair to Tom, asking him to take a suicide job? After all, he's got somebody else to think about beside himself.
Hello, Father.
Hello, honey.
You've been hurt.
Oh, it's nothing to worry about. Nugget fixed me up in fine shape.
Mildred, we're just trying to persuade your father to...
Yes. Yes, I heard.
They seem to think I'm needed.
Well, I'm proud of you, Father.
All right, John.
Yoo! Now we'll give them lop-eared coyotes a real going over.
I don't know how much use a barber can be, but you can always count on me.
Thanks, Razor.
Well, I can use a barber right now. I'm going to celebrate by getting these whiskers knocked off. Come on, Razor.
Well, John, you'll make a grand sheriff.
Looks like there's a couple of customers ahead of you, Nugget. You want to wait?
Might as well. Been trying to get straight for the last 2 weeks. A couple more minutes ain't gonna hurt none.
Shave.
Nugget.
Joe, bring your wagon in already?
No, I did not. I left it up at Blue Rock and rode one of the horses back.
Dang it, now I'll have to ride the horse all the way back and bring the rig in myself. Why, you ding-dang lock-beard yellow pup, you're fired.
No, I quit. But not till I collect my pay.
You'll get it.
Brennan, shut the door. And I'll come over here and meet Dave Starkey.
Yeah, I've heard about you. Wasn't you teamed up once with Fargo Jack?
Yeah, but I ain't bragging about it. Fargo was my tough luck. Surprised to see me, Razor?
Considerably. Where are you heading for?
Oh, no place. Arizona got rough, so I thought I'd come here and throw in with you. Figure I might turn a couple dollars.
Good. We lost one of the boys this morning. Too bad. I aim to make him sheriff.
Who do you think will get the job now, Razor?
Fellow who shot him. Saddens me to think what has to happen to Tom Drew.
What's the matter, Razor? You going soft-hearted?
Oh, with these eliminations, they're raising hob with the business. Tom was good for 3 shaves a week and a haircut just as sure as the first of the month rolled around. I shall miss him terribly.
That's true now.
Where?
There with the girl.
That's the fellow you want killed. I'll do it with pleasure.
What, you know him, Starkey?
I ought to. If it hadn't been for him, I might never have landed in jail.
Marshal that took you?
No, the fellow that stopped me from shooting my way out. Fargo Jack was always squeamish about murder.
Fargo Jack? What are you talking about?
That fellow across the street, that's Fargo Jack as sure as I'm Dave Starkey. When the posse got us cornered together, Fargo laid a haymaker on my chin. When I came to, why, they had me handcuffed to him. We each drew 5 years.
Hold it, Starkey.
I thought you wanted this guy killed.
Yeah, but that was before I knew he was Fargo Jack and an outlaw. Go on, climb in the chair. Let me finish shaving you. You see, I intend to run this town lock, stock, and barrel. And the sheriff, with that hanging over his head, could be more useful alive than dead. It might make him listen to reason.
Trouble is, Fargo ain't got no more black marks against him. He served his time legal. Never did know where he disappeared to, but heard say he got religion or something while in prison.
And you and Fargo Jack knocked around together for quite a while, didn't you?
A couple of years or so.
Oh, well, then you've known him long enough to get the hang of some of his habits, how he dressed.
Yeah, he used to wear a dark outfit, a black mask. It was kind of a trademark with him.
Yes, I remember. And wasn't he also unusually fancy with his draw?
Yep. And somebody else would go for their gun first. He had a knack of winging them in the gun hand before they ever got a chance to shoot.
Well, you used to be quite handy with a gun yourself. Maybe with a little practice.
What do you mean, practice? There's your Fargo Jack draw.
Very good. Very good. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Fargo Jack started operating again.
Not so fast, stranger. Get your hands up.
This isn't very cordial, Sheriff.
Where are you headed?
Carson City, if you have no objections.
For any special reason?
I'm looking for a fellow named Nugget Clark. I was told he needed a mule skinner.
Yes, he could use a good driver. It's gotten to the point where Nugget has to drive his own wagons, with me riding guard. He's up ahead.
Much obliged.
Just a minute. I'll relieve you of your gun belt. Come around to my office and pick it up after you get back to town. I don't like giving up my hardware, Sheriff. I don't suppose you do either.
Get your neck in that collar, Buck. Horses like some men, always willing to let the other fella carry the load. You know, I got a notion that your dad ain't going to codger till you're quitting college, Jimmy Davis.
It isn't quitting exactly, but with things like they are, my place is home trying to help out.
What do you aim to do?
Same as Dad and you and the rest of the men. We can't expect a sheriff to do much if we don't all get behind him.
Of course, the sheriff's daughter didn't have nothing to do with the way you changed your mind, huh?
Naturally not.
No.
Only, well, I couldn't very well expect Mildred to face what she has to and stay out of danger myself.
No.
It isn't a very comfortable position for a girl to be in.
No.
We'll take care of that load now. Little careless, ain't you? Climb down. After that wagon.
Jimmy, getting back and start throwing left.
You persuaded me not to take your guns. Looks like you're doing all right for a mule skinner. You'll likely get your job.
Well, what happened to the wagon?
Well, thanks to you, it's probably reaching town safe and sound just about now.
Watch that hand. Be careful. Take the wagon around back. Get off your feet, son. Yeah. I'd better get a doctor, Jim.
What happened, Nugget?
Oh, some bandits tried to hold us up. It didn't do no harm except for Jimmy here. He got nicked in his gun hand.
Jimmy!
Hello, Mildred. Gee, it's nice to see you again. Oh, now it's nothing to get upset about, just a scratch. Well, I've cut myself a lot worse with a jackknife. Do you know where Dad is?
No, but we'll find him. Right now, we're going to have the doctor take a look at that hand.
About that holdup, Nugget.
The ringtail buzzards figured they'd get the whole cargo. But I fooled them. It's here just the same as it started.
You must have put up a good fight.
Didn't have to. Stranger I never seen before. Come a-rootin' and a-shooting. Seemed like he popped up out of nowhere, riding like a blue streak in the scattered lead. Oh, here he comes now. You lop-eared buzzard thought you'd get away with it, huh? Well, you didn't this time, and I'd go...
Now, calm down, Nugget. We'll get to the bottom of this. Now, what happened at the wagon?
When the bandits come alongside, I pull to a stop. Jimmy reaches for his gun. Then one of the fellas, the one with the black mask, he makes a fast draw, quick and fancy like.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, it couldn't be.
What couldn't? What is it, Razor?
Well, this fancy draw he's talking about. I was riding stagecoach once from Sacramento to Red Bluff, and a bandit named Fargo Jack. Oh, that was 15 years ago.
That don't mean he couldn't pop up again. I remember they called it the Fargo Jack draw. And he dressed like this fella, too. Dark as a thundercloud, black mask and all. Tom, you don't suspect it could be Fargo Jack breaking loose?
Well, I wouldn't think so. Fargo Jack hasn't been heard from for a long time. For all anybody knows, he's dead.
Well, by the same line of reasoning, he might be most any place and doing most anything. Isn't that right, stranger?
Well, not remembering back to Fargo Jack very clear. I'm not qualified to express an opinion. Sheriff, why don't you ask the prisoner?
All right. How about it? Is Fargo Jack the man that winged Jimmy Davis?
Supposing it was.
Well, that isn't what he asked you. You might make it easier for yourself by talking.
All right. It was Fargo Jack.
Where is he now? Where can we find him?
What have you got a sheriff for? Let him find out and tell you. You've heard all you're going to from me.
Suppose you men leave him to me. After he's cooled his heels a while in jail, he may get more talkative.
All right, Tom. Anyways, you get something out of him. Now we know who we're after.
Now, hold on there, partner. You're Nugget Clark, I take it.
Well, that's the name I come by usually.
Well, I was told you were in need of a good mule skinner.
You him?
I've been driving freight wagons ever since my leg was long enough to reach the brake.
All right, come on with the others.
Perhaps you can make him tell you where Fargo Jack's hiding out.
Come on.
I don't know what your game is or who put you up to it, but I'm going to find out.
Take the weight off your feet.
Thank you.
Now, if you can handle yourself behind a span of 4 as well as you can in the saddle, I reckon you and me can talk business.
Here's a letter of recommendation.
I'll pay $2 a day, board, found, and funeral expenses. And if you ain't around to collect on payday, the balance due will be sent to your next of kin. This will introduce Rocky Lane. In our employ, a special investigator. After reporting to you, he will... Express company, huh?
That's right. We've been losing too much freight around here. It doesn't pay the company to insure it. If conditions don't change soon, they're going to be forced to cancel your contract.
How soon?
The deadline is the end of this month.
If the express company turns their backs on us now, it'll be the end of Carson City. Folks will figure if things has got too tough for them, well, it's too tough for anybody.
They don't want to cancel this contract any more than you do. They're in hopes that the section can be cleared of outlaws. They thought I might be able to help.
And you'll be working with the sheriff?
No, with you, as your mule skinner. That'll give me a chance to move around the town and meet the different people. Got any ideas where to start?
Well, barber shop across the street is as good a place as any to get acquainted. Come on, I'll go along with you. I've been trying to get a shave for a coon's age.
Hello, boy.
Brennan got my hint. He'll send the sheriff on a wild goose chase. You wait till he's gone and then crash the jail.
Well, I hope this here stranger ain't close enough to...
Looks as if he's coming here right now. Duck out the back door. Let me take care of him. I'll handle him.
I ought to get a commission, Razor. Fetch you a new customer along with myself. My mule skinner, Rocky Lane.
Howdy.
Glad to know you. What'll it be?
Anything you got to make a man look more respectable.
Just a minute, Nugget. Mr. Lane being a new customer, it's only fitting to give him first turn.
Huh? Oh, that's right. Go ahead, Rocky. Go ahead.
All right. If you don't mind, please. I like my customers to leave off their gun belts. I had to put new varnish on this chair, the way the gun scratched it up.
Sure, glad to accommodate.
You know, I started reading that darn book a dozen times. Maybe this time I'll get a chance to find out who killed Jake, the honest wrangler.
All right, Brennan. What else?
The fella claims to be Fargo Jack. That's all I know.
Where's he hiding?
I ain't sure. But you could take a look up Devil Rod Creek.
Tom, did you learn anything from the prisoner?
And he just gave me a notion I might find out something if I rode up Devil Rod Creek. Might be lying, but it won't cost anything to find out. Would you mind looking out after things till I get back here?
Oh, certainly not. We'd be glad to.
He was asking me, Jimmy. You've had a hard day.
Sure, but...
Well, now, does your dad still have to teach you who's the boss? You know, he's getting some wild ideas ever since I forgave him for quitting college. Run along now, son. You promised Mildred you'd meet her at the hotel.
Come with me. The rest of you stay with the horses. Go around and come in the front door. Mind your P's and Q's that don't pay to fool with Fargo Jack. Go get him. Get to the horses fast.
Fargo Jack.
The prisoner's gone.
Let's head them off.
let's get out of here.
What happened, Rocky? How'd he get loose?
Somebody shot John Davis and broke him out. Davis claimed it was Fargo Jack.
Well, that's impossible. Is John badly hurt?
He looked pretty bad off. We couldn't stick around to find out. Just nicked close to the thumb. Most like Jimmy Davis.
Tom, you come just in time. Rocky and me found we was outnumbered.
Well, let's get going. We've got to pick up the trail of the others.
It'll be getting dark soon, but we can take a try. Nugget, you fetch the prisoner while the sheriff and I look for their tracks. Come on, climb on your horse.
Come on, get down.
Father, are you all right?
Yes, dear. How's John Davis?
He's dead.
I'm awfully sorry, Jimmy.
Where is he? Where's Fargo Jack?
We tried to pick up his trail, but it got too dark. Couldn't find it.
Well, I'll find him. You'll tell me where he is, or I'll...
That's no way to handle things. You gotta let the law take its course.
That's what my father thought, but it didn't pay off. Taking my gun isn't going to stop me. I'm taking care of Fargo Jack my own way. He didn't stay within the law, neither will I.
Simmer down, Jimmy.
Now listen, Jimmy, you can't go around shooting blindly. You've got to be sure.
Sure.
Suppose you find out too late this Fargo Jack isn't what you think he is.
Well, if that's the law, you stick to it. I know Fargo Jack killed my father, and I'm going to get him.
Jimmy, please.
The mess things are in, I could use a good deputy, Rocky. How about it?
No thanks, Sheriff. I've already got a job working for the express company. They call me a special investigator. A man by the name of Larkin broke me in. Fine man, Larkin. Ever hear of him?
Why, yes. I think I remember the name.
Newspapers used to write him up a lot. He's the one that ran Fargo down 15 years ago. He took a liking to him. Fargo had a wife and a little girl. After the wife died, it was Larkin that helped look after the little girl while her father was still in prison. She was only 5 or 6 years old then. She was never told that Fargo Jack and her father were one and the same man, or where he was keeping himself while he was serving out his time. She ought to be quite a young lady now. About the same age as your daughter, Sheriff. 19. Or is it 20?
21.
That's pretty close. 15 years could make a lot of changes in a man, but some things might remain the same. Like the way he runs over the heel on his left boot. The way he handles a gun.
All right. Here's my gun. I'm Fargo Jack.
What are you saying, Tom? I don't believe it.
It's true. But I had nothing to do with killing John Davis, nor any of the other crimes that have been happening around here. Since the day I left prison, I've tried to make up to society for what I've done. I've tried to deserve the respect people have been willing to show me. More than anything, I've tried to.
It's no use. I couldn't do a thing with Jimmy. Aren't you about ready to go home, Father?
I'm afraid I can't, Mildred. There's something I've got
Just a minute, Sheriff. There's no reason you can't go on home. We can stay here and watch the prisoner. You better get him out of here, Miss Mildred. He's too bullheaded to listen to us.
All right. Come on, Father. It's time you got some rest.
Just a minute, Sheriff. You're forgetting something. Everybody gets absent-minded now and then. I can forget sometimes myself. I'm sure the same goes for Nugget here.
Much obliged.
I don't follow you, Rocky. If Tom Drew is Fargo Jack, as he says, ain't he the man we're after?
No, Nugget. If Fargo Jack were starting to operate again, why would he leave his signature on all these crimes? That means he's either innocent or a fool.
Well, whatever else he was, Fargo Jack was no fool.
I believe he's telling the truth, but there's no way of proving it to folks in the frame of mind Jimmy Davis is now.
Yeah. Well, at least we can relax for a while.
No, Nugget. Supposing you bed down the horses while I change the prisoner to another cell.
Why?
Well, while you're keeping watch out here, I'll be in there in his place. If any of his friends decide to pay him a visit tonight, I'll be there instead and greet him.
I think after we got Brennan loose, he'd know how to take care of himself. After this, they'll be watching him pretty close.
Maybe too close.
You mean we gotta sit still and take a chance on him talking?
There's only one sure way to stop him.
Yeah. My doc says 6 drops of lead.
You know where to find him, don't you?
Well, I ought to. It's kind of too bad if we're just beginning to know the guy.
Come on out. I want to show you what all the shooting was about. Nice pals you've got. The next time, they're apt to be sure where they're aiming. Now, the smart thing for you to do is to tell us where they're hiding, so we can round them up in time to save your hide.
Nice show you rigged up for me. Shoved me in another cell so you could have somebody use that cot of mine for a target.
Oh, you're crazy.
So are you if you think I'll fall for a thing like that.
Come on. If he wants to make a date with the coroner, that's up to him.
Now what are you going to do? He'll never be any use to us.
Yeah, maybe he will.
How? You just saw the way...
You hightail it out to the sheriff's ranch and see that he gets here no later than tomorrow morning at sunup. Morning, Nugget.
Hi, Rocky.
Morning, Sheriff.
Morning, Rocky. Nugget told me about last night. I hope you've got some ideas. I haven't.
Well, to begin with, it's pretty clear that somebody's posing as Fargo Jack. Someone who's familiar with your old habits, your bad ones. We got to find out who this other fella is.
That's right, but how?
The old Fargo Jack has to go to work again.
What in tarnation, Rocky?
The sheriff is going to deputize you to move the prisoner to the next county for safekeeping.
Not all by myself.
Yes, all by yourself, and right now. While it's still too early for folks to be out of bed.
But somebody might find out. They might swoop down and take him away from me.
That's just what Fargo here's going to do. You let go with 2 or 3 wild shots, and then get to cover. That'll leave the prisoner free to beat it.
First thing the fellow will do is head for wherever the outlaws are holed in.
That's right. And I'll be staked out near at hand to take up his trail. Now, come on, let's get Nugget and the prisoner started. Morning, Miss Mildred.
Morning. Brought your breakfast for you.
I'm afraid that'll have to wait. Your father and I have some important work to do.
I guess Nugget can handle a double portion.
Oh, he's gone.
What about the prisoner? Who's guarding him?
Well, that's what Nugget's doing. We're transferring the prisoner to the jail at Twin Rocks. Your father thought it'd be safer there.
Well, I'll leave this here for you.
We'll head out for the ranch first, then cut over Scrub Oak Ridge to get ahead of Nugget and the prisoner.
Right.
Is your father here, Mildred?
No, Jimmy.
Never mind. It's the prisoner I want to talk to.
You'll have to go to Twin Rocks then. They're going to put him in jail there.
Thanks for telling me.
All right. It's all yours, Fargo. That crazy kid was shooting, I thought maybe he might have hit you.
No, but he certainly gummed up our plans.
He sure did. You better take that outfit off. I'll see you in town.
I don't like it, Starkey. Nothing's been said about Brennan.
Oh, stop worrying, will you?
Have you seen anything of that Rocky Lane?
What's the matter, Jimmy? What do you want him for?
To settle a score. He's working with Fargo Jack.
What gave you that notion?
I saw them. They tried to take the prisoner away from Nugget.
When?
Well, maybe half an hour ago, on the way to Twin Rock Jail. I shot Brennan, but Lane stopped me getting Fargo Jack.
You shot Brennan?
Oh, don't ask me any more questions. Have you seen him?
No. But his horse is tied up in front of the sheriff's office.
Well, I went by there, but I couldn't see anybody.
Well, there's Nugget just going into his office. Maybe he can tell you. Now, Jimmy, don't do anything foolish. Keep your head.
Hey, I can't figure this. I killed Brennan.
Well, apparently you didn't, but never mind that now. Now, hurry up and get a couple of boys set to help this kid when he and Lane start their shooting match.
I can do that alone.
I said a couple of boys, and not in the open. One on each side of the street. The idea is to get Jimmy and Lane both.
Hi, Jimmy. Why have you got your dander up?
Where can I find Lane?
What you want to find him for? What are you aiming to do?
Plenty.
Now listen, Jimmy. better get out of here until I get a chance to explain to him.
Explain what?
Jimmy Davis, why you had to rope him. I tell you, Rocky's got blood in his eye.
Go for your gun, Lane.
Now, Jimmy.
Get out of the way, Nugget. If you don't, you'll get hurt.
Now, keep your shirt on, Jimmy. Let's talk this thing out.
It's not gab I'm looking for. We'll let our guns do the talking. What's the matter, Lane? You've made out to be pretty brave up to now.
You're being a little bit foolish, Jimmy.
If you don't go for your gun, I'll start shooting anyhow. I guess I did make a mess of things, but there was no way to tell what was going on. How was I to know it was the sheriff wearing a mask?
Well, if you'd listened to reason in the first place, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, I know. But I'm still remembering my father was murdered.
Nobody can blame you for that, Jimmy. But that's still no excuse for your taking pot shots at the wrong person.
I don't intend to. Someday I'll meet Fargo Jack face to face, and when I do, I aim to know what he looks like. I'm going to the county where he used to operate. If they look back far enough, they'll be able to find his description.
No need of your going, Jimmy. If the sheriff here wrote a letter...
I'm making this my job.
Now the fat's in the fire, good and plenty.
I might have known it was no use. Find my description, photograph, everything in the files.
And then he'll be back here and nothing flat. And it ain't only Jimmy we got to worry about. With other folks in the frame of mind there's no telling what they do to Tom here.
That's right. How many wagons you got left, Nugget?
4 that'll hold together, counting the water wagon. What's that got to do with it?
Well, 4 ought to do. And what's the most valuable cargo that's waiting to be hauled?
Well, it's a heap of high-grade ore sitting in the Yellow Jacket mine just outside of town.
Good. We'll move that ore.
Move that ore? Why, the outlaws would find out about it the first thing.
We want them to find out about it. We want to bait them out in the open. You'll be put in the clear if we can nab the fake Fargo Jack while Jimmy's away.
And you'll have to work fast, because that kid will ride night and day. Why, he won't even stop or sleep.
We won't either. We'll move in the morning. I know it's taking a big chance, Sheriff, but if we can plant enough men for a surprise attack...
Terrible hour to get a man out of bed.
Did you fetch the boys along?
Yeah, they're waiting in the alley. What's the big idea?
Well, the Clark freight line is trying to move some ore this morning.
No. What are they going to use for wagons?
Well, they got 4 of them patched together, and they took them out to Drew's ranch last night.
Well, what are you worried about? An outfit like that'll be just like shooting crippled ducks.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. You know, that Rocky Lane has a finger in the pie, and he's plenty smart. He'll look forward to being attacked, and he'll have something figured out to offset it.
I don't know what.
Well, neither do I. But I've figured out a couple of new moves that ought to checkmate him.
All right, Sheriff. Round up your drivers, deputize them, and then hurry them right on out. You ride along with me, Nugget, and help me with the wagons. Then circle back to town.
Well, it seems ding-dang foolish to me, Rocky. Now I'm just as able to drive my own wagons as any young squirt.
I know you are. Only you'd be more use helping the sheriff out at the mine.
Razor.
Oh, it's just like I said. They're heading for the wagons. Go get one of the boys and we'll give that sheriff a surprise party. Morning, Tom.
Morning, Razor. Don't tell me you want to be a deputy, too.
Starkey. Not so fast, Fargo.
Razor, Glad to meet you, Fargo Jack.
Looks like he had a mind to deputize a whole posse, Razor.
Just made to order. We'll save you the trouble.
You won't get away with this. Even if you kill me, you won't be able to.
Killing you isn't part of our intention. But if you force us to it, why, they'll pin a medal on us when they find out you're Fargo Jack. All you've got to do is sit still and keep your mouth shut. You wouldn't be the first sheriff to appoint wrong deputies. And nobody can blame you too much as long as you're Tom Drew. But if we let it be known that you're Fargo Jack, they'll tear you to pieces.
You see, Fargo, being respectable just don't pay off.
I think he sees our point. Nobody accused Fargo Jack ever of being crazy. And even if he did take a chance on his own life, he's got a daughter. We wouldn't want Fargo to be lonesome, would we? You better keep him company. Now, these are for the boys that go to the mine.
Only 3?
Yes. Blackie, Link, and Chuck. They get the drop on the mine guards, and then you show up in the black mask.
Still Fargo Jack.
Sure. Carry it through to the finish. Then you've nothing to do but wait for the wagons minus Lane. And these are to provide them with drivers. But tell them no gunplay. It's got to look like an accident.
And what about Father?
By the time he gets to the mine, everything will be all set.
But I...
Now, don't worry about him. Nugget.
Huh?
How'd that get on there?
Oh, I figured on making you a partner, Rocky. That is, if we get out of this thing all in one piece.
Howdy.
Hiya. I'm Ed Noble. The sheriff sent us over to help out with the driving.
Well, that's fine. Better keep those badges out of sight, though. They might tip off the wrong people. Then hurry and get your teams hitched. As it is, we're late already.
Right.
You better get back to the sheriff, Nugget.
Ding dang it, Rocky, I thought I was boss here.
Come on, get going.
What's wrong, Tom?
Buddy, help me get this fellow in jail.
Who'd have thunk of the razor? I'm a good mind to go over and blast the lizard out.
Not now, Nugget. You've got to warn Rocky. I'll try to get to the mine in time. Get to your horse. Mine's out front.
Jackie. Sure glad to see you all in one piece. Things got in such a mess. Hey, what happened?
It's nothing. Where's the sheriff?
On his way to the mine over the trail.
We gotta get there quick. Take the team.
That'll take care of the guards. You boys get all that ore in there and take this sack door out and have it ready to load when the wagons get here. I'll take a look to see that we didn't miss nobody. Well, once you was too late, Fargo. Old age must be getting you crazy in the head.
Razor sent me to,
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, we'll take him back in a little ways.
Yeah, march.
We'd still give you a chance if you'd use your head. Where did Nugget go?
You're wasting your breath, Poole.
Well, maybe I am. You want credit for disposing of Fargo Jack?
Keep shooting.
Better toss out those guns and give up.
You won't be needing that anymore, Jimmy. Let's say Fargo Jack is dead.
I'll give you a hand with the prisoners, Sheriff.